Hello everyone and welcome to Rob's Rogues. And as you can tell, today we are taking a look at the Batman Arkham City Wave 2 Jervis Tetch as the Mad Hatter. That's what it says on his little card, Jervis Tetch as the Mad Hatter. I don't know if people would think Mad Hatter, think that doesn't look like Johnny Depp, but so there you are. And I gotta tell you, this is a tiny, short little figure. To give you a size comparison, here is Robin from the Young Justice. This is the little 4-inch scale figure here. And we can bring out the Riddler. So as you can see, the Mad Hatter is very small. He barely comes up to the belt of the Riddler. So if we had somebody like Killer Croc here, he would be towering over the Mad Hatter. So a little size comparison there for the Mad Hatter. Hopefully the Riddler will set back up off camera. So there we are. While we're talking about the Mad Hatter, let's pull up his bio really quick. As you can see, Jervis Tetch, Mad Hatter. Turn off this light here real quick. There we go. And it says professional criminal, based in Gotham City, real name Jervis Tetch. His hair color is red and his eyes are blue, it says. And it says from the video game that he has 4 feet 11 inches and he weighs 115 pounds. I bet he barely weighs 90 pounds. So there you are. Here is the little bio on Mad Hatter from Arkham City. It says, obsessed from a young age with Lewis and Carroll's book, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, Jervis Tetch, an expert hypnotist, embraced a delusion that he was the incarnate character in the story The Mad Hatter. Using his skills for mesmerism, the Mad Hatter has committed many crimes, often theme-based around the book that inspired him, and his love for hats and headgear, as going as far as to implant his hat with mind control chips to amplify his hypnosis skills. Above all other headwear, however, he covets Batman's distinctive cowl and will stop at nothing to acquire it. A very nice little bio here. And again, this is from the Arkham City Video Game Strategy Guide. And who produces this? This is Brady Games. So there you go. A nice thick book. And I did have to go to it a couple different times. Did it old school rather than going on YouTube to see how people do stuff. I used the strategy guide. So there we are. Now we'll look at the main reason of this video. Mad Hatter. He is the only figure in this line to come with a display base. And he desperately needs a display base, as the way he is posed at the knee and with his cloak here, trench coat, really pulls him backwards. There's no articulation in the knee, and kind of like Bane from the Arkham Asylum, he is pre-posed in this kind of squatting position. So he would in fact be just a little bit taller. I kind of wish they would have articulated him a little bit more, but maybe they thought it was too much of a pain. He does have some weird articulation points. He has it at the boot here as his hat falls off. And his hands are in this really, you know, gangsta, what up kind of pose here. And hopefully like Hush from, not this line, but if you see my Hush video, I twisted the hand off of my Hush from the Hush figures. But his hands, arms are on they do go 360. They're on a little ball and socket here, but there's not a lot of movement in it at all. The hands do go around, kind of like, hey, what up? So you can kind of get him in these really weird, crazy poses, more like he's pointing to his eyes, or, you know, hey, look at me. There's his hat. It's just really weird hands. So, kind of like, hey, I'm watching you. There's his hat. I believe the hat is supposed to say 10 3/8, and it does not. The preview figures that they showed, the art, let's look at them here. No, it did not show the hat there. And according to the picture, he was a lot greener here in his coat, where it's more the brown. And the detailing that has been in these figures has just been amazing. The patchwork that you see in here, you can actually feel the little sew marks that were put here. Just another fantastic detail that DC Direct has just been doing and knocking these figures out of the park, in my opinion. Does sport some head rotation there. Hang-On 360. It's nice that the collar is a nice pliable soft. It feels as if you could take this off, but you can't. It's actually glued. There's a little cutout where it's kind of like snapped in here. But he does wear his hat very well. Actually more kind of just rests on his head. So, a nice little figure. So kind of point up at his head there. Get him in this weird pose like he's coming for. Like I said, he does not stand on his own. He'll tip right over. He can kind of rest on the back part of his trench coat, but to get him standing correctly, you do need the display base. It's kind of one of those catch-22. I know a lot of us kind of complain about the display bases, and some people say, oh, we don't need the display base, or really, you're giving us this generic display base. So DC Direct this time said, fine, we're not going to give you any. And now with some of the figures, you're like, oh, I guess we really could have used them. But Jervis here does desperately need his display base, and he's also small enough that his display base is not going to get in the way of other figures if you have them standing beside him. Although it'd be very easy for him to kind of get lost in the shuffle. It's just really funny to see the size difference in Jervis. And I'm kind of glad that they did that too, because he has always been a smaller character in the comic books and Batman the Animated Series. So his smaller frame, he kind of makes up for his bigger-than-life personality and thinking that he is the Mad Hatter. So this is the first Mad Hatter. I think the Long Halloween from DC Direct was the only other Mad Hatter that I think we've ever received an action figure form. If I'm wrong, again, put it down here in the comments, but be nice. So if you're looking for a Mad Hatter, this will go great with any line of figures. Due to his size, he would be very easy to stand with your DC UC figures, but for the sense of realism that they have gone with him here, he may look a little out of place. But then again, if you're just having the best figures, the best interpretation of each character, then I think Jervis here is going to work well with any type of figure that you have, just because he's a smaller figure, so you're not going to have to worry about him being out of scale because of his size. He's going to kind of be in scale with about anything. So there you are. Another solid figure. This is this whole wave I'm definitely going to recommend. But these first three figures are going to be very, very good figures to get a hold of. And I believe with the Mad Hatter, he's going to be one that's going to be hard to find very soon. So hopefully you have picked him up and you're enjoying him. If not, definitely go out and get him, Hush, and the Riddler. All three fantastic figures. 3 for 3 right now. Those have been great figures. Real excited to get to the last two figures here. So we'll end this review here. Today we've been taking a look at Jervis Tetch, the Mad Hatter from Batman Arkham City Wave 2 from DC Direct. And as always, this is Rob for Rob's Rogues signing off and saying we will see you guys next time.